Hey there, hi there, hello, and welcome to another Narjan Reacts. In this video, we're reacting to Season 2, Episodes 17 and 18 of Gravity Falls. We're getting into the beginning of the end. So, yeah, I can't wait to watch these last few episodes, and I'll also be sad. But, yeah, anyway, let's get right into it.
Morning, Dipper, guess who? Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, I actually would want to try to do that.
Mr. Upside Downington. How long's it been?
He doesn't look very happy.
That's right. Is it the message that we're getting too old for this sort of thing?
Kinda, actually. It's that we are exactly 1 week away.
I don't think Mabel knows what it means to be too old right now.
Whoa! Our birthdays.
I love how she put pictures of them being like full on like 20, 30-year-old adults for turning 13.
And start reading post-preteen magazine.
PG-13
Is there a post-preteen?
Where girls become women and they teach us
It's
stuff
not
about...
that great.
You know what?
The Birds and the Bees?
Oh yeah, baby.
I love how it's like they're trying to hint into like, you know what we're gonna be learning, and it's like trigonometry, yay. Also, enjoy being a young woman, Mabel. It's more complicated when you get older. And painful, especially once a month. Oh, is this the short intro? Yep, it's our intro.
I'm talking pinatas with tinier
The quinceañera?
inside.
Boom! Dreams coming true.
I'm talking.
Why is it filled with like smaller
everyone in
pinatas?
town. Let's see. Where do we stand with the gnomes?
Not so fast, Goofus and Girl Goofus.
I don't think you guys are
After
friends
that
with the gnomes.
zombie incident, no one's throwing another party at my house.
Especially the one you got
Keep
arrested.
Finding little bits of the undead in the couch cushions.
But Grunkle
Ew.
Stan went to the high school.
Zipper, my face is on fire.
I'll just be a sec.
Who's that?
Great Uncle Ford, are you okay?
Oh,
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I just said that to make sure you'd come in here quickly.
But your
his
face is
scream,
on fire.
like, it
Yes,
didn't sound
it's
like
much
him.
faster than shaving. Now, listen, Dipper.
Faster than
We have a
shaving.
It's cracking. This is what Bill has been waiting for. If it breaks, it would cause reality
put
as we
super
know
glue,
it
it'll
to
be fine.
completely unravel. A hypothetical and catastrophic event I call
Weirdmageddon.
Weirdmageddon.
That looks more like an apocalypse.
Bill is out there, but for the sake of humanity, we mustn't let him.
Dipper
do?
just looks like
We
he's
patch the
in
rift.
shock.
Here's one for my party mission and one for your smarty mission.
Well, at least this time
I
she's
did mention
understanding.
that the
A chance to prove yourself. Don't mess
I mean,
this
isn't
up.
this your only chance? Because if you mess it up...
Ow!
Oh,
Ah, I'm alright.
he's gonna do fine.
You know, I'm only a year away from high school myself. Would you say your experience
You're
is
still
more
a few years off,
rom-com or
like 3 to
wacky
4.
romp?
Your body just flat out turns against you. And worst of all, everybody hates
She's referring to the monthly, I bet. Because she even pointed downward.
Why aren't they singing about following their dreams? TV taught me that high
Bet
school
on
was like
it.
some sort of musical.
TV lied, man.
Musical.
If you can
Okay,
avoid
high school
growing up,
musical.
do it. I'd give anything to be 12 again. Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
Oh, is there gonna be a time traveling sequence where everyone's gonna go back?
13.
I mean, corduroy.
See what I mean?
Yeah. I was never one of those children that really wanted to grow up, like,
Master
fast.
Mabel to
I just never
Dog,
cared.
we can...
Let's deliver some invites to your friends, huh?
Yeah.
So there's Candy, Gwenda.
Mabel? Mabel, you there?
Oh, there's the place where they fell
Listen,
with
Dipper,
Gideon's
In
robot.
order to seal something extraterrestrial in origin.
Alien
What do you
goop?
mean?
I mean,
Shut up.
According to
aren't
my
most
research,
bridges
the
built
entire
like
Valley
that?
of
They're
Gravity
not built
Falls
like
was
this.
formed
Oh
when
no,
an
actually there are some built like that, but I've seen quite a few that are built like
craft
that.
landed here millions of years ago. Did this craft cause the town's strange properties?
Now the
Or
cracks,
did the town's
the
strange
split,
properties
look like they
attract the
are
craft?
like abnormal.
The answer is still unknown. Where do you think I got the materials to build my portal?
Words not working from mouth.
Now come.
Take anyone that believes in UFOs
Don't
there,
worry,
and
I've
they
been down
would
here
like
countless
feel the
times.
same
All
thing.
The aliens have been dead for millions of years.
Are there gonna be
Probably.
bodies down there? That's a big ass ship for it to be that whole hill.
Now it's just sort of.
That's like if you discovered the city of Atlantis or something.
The Gucker and I used to.
This is so cool.
Really, a selfie?
The substance we need to seal.
I don't even do selfie, just take a picture of it.
Also, if it touches you, it will seal up all the orifices in your face, so try to avoid that. Now, use your magnet gun and follow me. Up, straight on the board!
He doesn't have a magnet gun like you. Indiana Jones.
Turn! Say hop! It helps!
Okay, just turn on magnet, leap down hole. Turn
Okay, he does
on-
have his own.
Come on already. Magnet. Huh. Ah! Little help?
I think you need to point it toward it, not up.
Marius is flying me out to Austria to hang out at his castle or whatever that week. He's
So
so
she is with him.
You're gonna be out.
You're going out to Austria?
There is no escape from music camp.
So neither of you are gonna be at.
Probably
my
would have been
birthday
best to let
party?
them know in
And
advance.
you won't be able to wish me goodbye at the
Like,
end
more
of
in
the
advance.
summer?
I'm sorry, Mabel.
Poor
What
Mabel.
happened so fast?
Dipper, please come in. Our party mission is going down in flames. Over. Oh.
I mean, your party's not gonna matter much if you all die.
This is their storage. Go ahead, flip any switch. They've all been busted for millions of years.
Clara, did you eat my farm?
The glue should
Hey,
be
don't
around
blame
here.
it on Clara.
Keep your eyes. Let me ask you something. Have you thought much about your future?
Why does it look like a
No,
dinosaur?
not really. I mean, beyond graduating high school with a high GPA so I can get accepted to a good technical college with a photography and media production minor to start my own ghost hunting show.
Ghost
It's like
hunting show?
talking to a younger version of myself. Mabel will be fine on her own. She has a magnetic
No,
personality.
Sounds like a dream come true, but I'm not sure I have what it takes.
Kinda
I was tricked
young
by Bill. I
to
was
have to make a
wrong
decision
about
like that.
Stan's portal.
Huddle in, let's get a picture of this.
You're touching it. I thought you said if you touched it, it would seal all
Everything
orifices of your
down
body.
here is dead, right? What do we do?
Listen to me
Execute.
very carefully. You simply have to not feel any fear, and they won't see
I
it.
think it's a little too late.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath, focus on your intellect, and control your fear.
This is a 12-year-old you're talking
Follow
about.
my lead.
I can't!
Get down!
He's a 12-year-old. You can't expect a 12-year-old to be able to stay calm in front of that.
Save the universe, Dipper!
Poor Dipper, you know, he has so much, like, pressure put on him. He's only freaking 12.
Don't worry! I'll get you out of there! Where is that thing taking you?
Maybe don't start
It's an
stepping on
automated
everything.
prison droid.
Hold on, Great Uncle Ford!
What's he gonna go? You can't go into outer space with him. Dipper, if you go into the atmosphere, you won't be able to breathe. Okay, I know Dipper's strong, but I don't think he could punch a space alien in an aircraft and make it go the wrong way. Windy day, Dig.
We gotta get out of here before.
I think you can just shoot it with your gun, right?
Hey! I'm warning you! I have a magnet gun!
It's got a bigger gun.
I did it?
You did it.
I'm a big boy now.
This is what I was talking about. How many other 12-year-olds do you think are capable of doing what you've just done?
Just don't put him on the spot and he'll do fine.
Hey, everything all right, Pumpkin?
I was gonna say, Mabel's gonna turn into a Disney princess and start singing. So if he leaves, oh dear. Automatically there's gonna be a fight between the two of them.
At least when I go home, I always have Dipper.
Excellent. Now, who wants to save the world? Apprentice?
I think what's rough is that you can see, like,
Mabel! I just
he's
had
similar to
the best day
Stanford,
of my
where
life.
he wants to
UFOs
pursue
are
something
real,
that
and
he
there's
loves
murder
and
in
dreams
town,
about.
and I saved Great Uncle Ford's life,
But you
and
also
then-
put the
Hey,
family
are
on
you
the back
okay?
burner in a sense,
Tell
but
me it's not true, Dipper.
This is a huge opportunity.
wow,
for
those
me.
scratches you
Well,
had
it's a
healed fast.
horrible opportunity for me.
Look, I've been thinking about it. I won't be gone forever.
This is such
okay?
a hard,
I'll
like,
still visit you at
decision.
home and, well, things change. Summer ends. Mabel, wait! I didn't mean it like that! Mabel, come back!
Uh-oh. Is Bill gonna take advantage of this?
Can cheer me up now. It's not fair. I just wish summer.
Is Bill gonna
lasts
take over her
forever.
body?
That might be possible.
Sweater Town is not
Oh, no.
accepting incoming calls right now.
Sweater Town.
Mabel, it's me.
What? Who said that?
I can help.
The time travel guy.
Bill's taking
What are you
over
doing
time
here?
travel guy.
said you don't want summer to end, right? Summer in Gravity Falls can last as long
He
as
can't
you
see
want
his
to.
eyes.
Really? But how does it work?
I just need you to get a
Okay,
little
never
gizmo
mind.
for
You
Lisa
haven't been able to
Noble.
see this guy's eyes the whole
Something
time,
small,
but
he won't even know it's missing.
Huh? Maybe Dipper has
Oh!
something like that. in
how
his
ironic. He
bag.
wants the yeah, it's Bill.
Now, come on. I've got the glue. Hand me the rift and let's make history.
What?
He has the bag too. No.
Just a little more summer.
No. You don't think that this is? Oh.
Oh no! Wait!
Mabel, your emotions, like, I understand you're 12, but oh my god. You've caused multiple issues in this series. I love Mabel, but oh my god.
The event 1 billion years.
It's okay, I'm sure the guilt of causing the end of the world will real cripple her, so. I don't need to say anything. It'd be funny if you kind of heard just screams. I was like, you just hear screams in the background. Of people just being zapped and dying. Oh my god. Oh, now he's gone to black and white.
Happening. It's finally happening. Physical form. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, ew. Never mind, go back to your non-physical form.
This is real bad, guys.
So she's the shooting star. I love how she has to lift her eyeball, or her eyelid.
Listen up, you one lifespan, three-dimensional 5 cents skin puppets.
I mean, he was the bad guy anyway, so nobody's gonna miss it.
Criminals and night cryptos. The being whose name must never be said.
The why does it look like moldy bread?
Then of course there's a Veronica pacifier and these guys. This is our town now, boys.
And girls. What the fudge is that baby gremlin looking thing with the nipple that has like a pacifier?
I strongly urge you to get.
Yeah, things with one eye are weird.
We don't like out of town.
Really?
We punch what we don't understand.
I would just like to say that as a rich capitalist, I welcome your
Rich
tyrannical
capitalist.
rule. Perhaps I can.
Oh wow, that's a great offer. How about instead I shuffle the functions?
Sounds
of every hole
familiar,
in
the
your
dad
face?
actually. I didn't he sounds well, that was horrifying. Oh,
It's time we do a little redecorating. I could really use a castle
Monster Water
of
Tower?
some kind.
I'm loving the music
And
right
how
now
about
though.
bubbles of pure madness?
It gives me like zombies. Oh my god, what was it? Black Ops 2?
This party never stops. Time is dead.
No, I think it was
Meaning has
Infinite
no
actually.
meaning.
It was
Existence is
Zombies
upside
Infinite
down
that
and I reign supreme. Welcome one and all to
I'm blanking on it. It was just like a zombies map that had like this retro vibe music. What a way to start the episode. Holy crap. I'm sorry, upside down blood waterfall. Oh my god, he's taking over the intro too. Ew! Wood feet. 8 balls like a Dipper skeleton. What the fudge? What the created by Bill Cipher? Created by Bill Cipher.
So this is
Oh
how
my
it works.
god.
Not with a bang, but with a
Weird.
Boop boop. Oh, the badger and snake are still together.
We can blast him back through the rip he came out of. We just might be able to.
They're gonna
stop him before
blast
his
them
weirdness
back.
spreads across the
And his
entire
friends.
globe. But being a hero means fighting back even when it seems impossible. Will you follow me?
Honor and glory.
The ends of the earth.
Are you sure this is not made of shroom?
Oh, Sue, such an imagination.
Ah! You turned into a chair!
Why don't you have a seat and relax?
But
Thank God they
what
didn't
about
make her
you
face
and
the
my
cushion.
friends?
Hey! That's it, goat. It's time I threw you off this property for good.
He's gonna eat the whole
On second
forest.
thought-
Oh my God!
Okay, inmates, time to review your finger painting.
What's Gideon gonna do?
Good.
So you mean to tell me out of everything you could have eaten, you ate that first?
Oh my.
It's like Ghidorah.
Came through.
Ready to cause some havoc, boys?
Why would Gideon want this? That epic orchestral music?
Ah, my quantum destabilizer. I've been waiting a long time to use this. We're
I would have
only
loved to
gonna have
visit
one
Experiment
chance to take this
626.
shot.
That's disgusting.
Well, well, well. And here I thought today couldn't get any better.
Holy shit!
Ugh, Dipper, take my journals.
Journal.
Ah, don't look so sour, Fordsy. It's not too late to join me. With that extra finger, you'd fit right in.
Just
with
join him
my
and
freak.
pretend.
That's enough! Hand over my uncle, or else!
Now, isn't this interesting? My old puppet is back for an encore. You think
That's
you
where the
can
sound
stop
from TikTok
me?
came from.
Go ahead, Pine Tree. Do some brilliant thing that takes me down right
Oh,
now.
please hit him.
What do you got, Pine Tree? Everyone's waiting. Do it!
Bill!
Fists are not gonna work again. Ooh. Did that one actually go?
That's right. This is what happens to heroes in my world.
Not the books!
No! That's right! VIP party at the pyramid.
A whale?
Oh, and 8-ball teeth. Roll out!
Oh my God. Why is the handlebar freaking that society leader guy? Don't tell me that's his actual head. I mean, are you really both? I didn't get to read that bit before it rolled away.
Event, which some are calling Weirdmageddon, or the Odd Apocalypse.
Was this before that hairstyle became a thing? As if not, they predicted it.
And frequent showers of eyeball bats turning people into stone. I'm
Keep
Sean
Gravity Falls
Jimenez.
clean. Well, now it looks more like New York City.
I don't know if you can hear me, but wherever you are, whatever happens, I'm going to find you.
The pterodactyl.
The mole!
No, it's not Gravity Malls, it's Gravity Mills.
Hey, I want to talk to you about going inside my mouth. I think you want to get in here. Hey, you! Hey! I'm talking to you, man. You
Yep.
don't have to make a big deal out of it. It's seriously rude to just ignore someone like this.
I just want to eat you.
Maybe at least I can get something to eat.
There's...
Last nachos on Earth.
I was gonna say, really? They're too perfect when everything's destroyed.
Guess it's sort of cool all their paranoia paid off.
They're paranoid.
Nice! Bat meat. Let me get that for you.
Wendy, I'm so glad
That was perfectly good nachos!
I thought everyone I knew was...
Dude, keep out. Edgy on purpose.
We were playing Truth or Dare in the
I love how the bat is looks like
Dive
just
froze Nate, Lee,
so
Tambourine, and
deadpan.
Thompson. Robbie almost got away, but had to pause to take a selfie. What about you?
I was in a fight with Mabel when it happened.
when money literally has no
Uncle
value and you
Ford
just
asked
turn
me
it
to
into
be his
paper for
apprentice after
fire.
The summer was over. Mabel didn't take it well, and she ran off.
Wouldn't
into
be
the
growing
forest.
up. She can
couldn't
come
even
visit.
look me in the eye.
Call me bodacious tea.
I'm
No
surprised it
one will
wasn't
ever call you
Bodacious
that.
Tina.
Oh.
Let him live his dreams.
You know, I used to think I could get out of anything, but this? The journals are destroyed.
I love how, you
Ford
know,
is
Dipper keeps
captured,
being
and I can't
scratched
find
and
my
all the
family
stuff shoved
anywhere.
around, thrown into
Bill
things,
said
and he
himself
has
there's
no
no
scratches
room
on
for
him.
heroes
Everyone
anymore.
else, damaged, ripped clothes, everything.
It's not over yet.
Because then I had Mabel.
Then you need to get Mabel
He
back.
also
Look,
wasn't
this
in
summer, I've seen some amazing
our dimension. He
things,
was in his
but nothing as
nightmare world.
amazing as you and your sister. You just need to make up and team up and save the universe.
But how will I ever find her?
I'll laugh if she gets abducted by a pterodactyl.
The shooting star from Mabel's sweater? How are we gonna get out there without being caught?
Why does he
I
have
have an idea.
Mabel locked up like that, too? It's like she's the main key. Oh, ew. Oh,
Just play it cool. Ditch the time punch. Let me do the talking.
no! Oh.
Bill Cipher. Surrender now or face my tantrum.
Oh,
Tantrum.
No, a tantrum. Whatever will I do about that? How about this?
What the fuck?
Snap! Oh, man,
Yeah, Bill's
this is not
definitely
prepared for
like
worse.
a
I gotta get
holier
outside
than now. I'm above everything in the known existence.
Pine Tree Kid got away before
Personality.
we ate him.
I've got someone on the case.
Gideon. Oh, Gideon versus Dipper round 3.
Auto Mart. Free cars ripe for the hot wiring. We
Gideon's
found our
is
ride
awesome.
Mabel. I wonder if they have a tank. I've always wanted to drive a tank.
Can't believe
You'd have to
this
be in a
place is
military
just
base.
abandoned.
Finally, I'll smell like a person. Steely, steely. Ah! Huh, it's gonna take more than one dart to keep me from...
Oh no, Tony! Was it Tony?
Or
I
Tina.
can never remember his name.
Monster trucks?
Well, looks like we got ourselves a pair of ground.
This is gonna be like Mad Max.
Listen, Discount Auto Warriors.
We just want to make
Discount
it
Auto Wars.
That's where you're wrong. Hands where I can see them.
Who are you?
Ain't going nowhere.
Y'all?
Fellers? Wait, Gideon?
But Sheriff Gideon.
Under the authority of Bill Cipher, I place you two under arrest. Oh, hi, Wendy. Have we formally met?
He's so bipolar.
Woo-wee!
Or psycho.
Look what the apocalypse dragged in.
And he's gotten folksier.
Folks here.
Bill figured you might try to rescue Mabel. So he
He gone all country
master
on
of
us.
These wastelands. Well, I wouldn't call it a neck exactly. Wrapped around this little pocket of fat under my head.
Gideon, you have no
Pocket
right
of-
to
at least
keep
he
her in
admits it.
there.
She was always destined to be mine, and now that I have her in a cage, she'll learn to love me. I have an eternity to wait. Ghost Eyes, ready
That's a little
to
creepy.
escort our friends.
Wait,
to
is
Bill
that why he's
Cipher?
got her in the ball for Gideon?
Hey, Ghost Eyes, my hinge angel.
My.
Get back! Get back! Or I
Yeah,
will
having
drop kick him, I
a
swear.
is he like the same age as Dipper and them? So like having a 12-year-old as your bodyguard, I think is great. Noise he made, he sounded like a freaking pig.
I know, dude. Tell me about it later.
Wait, where's Waddles actually? I swear to God, if anything happened to Waddles.
Yes, please.
So is the big truck meant to be like an evil version of Optimus Prime?
Did you ever get your driver's license?
Definitely not. Arm!
How did that thing even get there? Oh, never mind. Oh. Was there a person in there? There was a guy in there. He just died. Oh,
Your girlfriend in a prison. Sorry, it was my major.
it was my major.
No way around! Hold on! We're going through! What's in
They're literally soap film. Oh.
Here comes another one, dude! Brace yourself!
On my ew. Wait, was that the actual voice actor for the two of them? I hope it was. That'd be great. Oh my God, the silent cartoon.
We just have to make that jump.
Do any of you have a ramp?
Driver's training, don't fail me now.
You need a ramp. Oh, there you go. A slight little blip. Yeah, that would not totally snap their necks from the impact. Oh.
So close.
Dipper, this is like the third time you've had scratches and bruises.
Almost there.
Zeus?
Hey, Dipper, how's it hanging?
Why do you have to look like the deliverer of like Armageddon?
So what's the bad news?
Bad news is we're surrounded, dudes.
What's the bad news? Like, you couldn't hear the cars rolling up.
There for a second. But this ain't your Gravity Falls anymore. Out here, I win.
I mean, I don't think Dipper ever considered it his Gravity Falls, Gideon.
Is she?
Well, yeah, I have her trapped. Ergo, Mabel is mine.
That's not your bubble,
Gideon, listen to me.
These prisoners love me.
Then make them your date.
Doesn't, because you're selfish. But you can change.
He's more than selfish.
Bill thinks there's no heroes in this world, but
it's a complicated situation.
Look
Is it?
inside, Gideon.
Will you tell her what I did?
Of course.
I hope you're right about this. Guys, new plan. Bill's minions are gonna be on us in seconds. But I'm not gonna let that dumb triangle be the warden of me. Y'all ready for a good old-fashioned prison brawl?
We're behind you.
Plot twist, Gideon becomes good guy?
Fighting a chaos god sounds fun.
Let's do this.
I mean, it was a believable turn. Even though Gideon's always seemed like the kind of psycho kind of guy that would kill people to get the girl he wants kind of thing.
Okay, remember guys.
That or it's just a self-absorbed thing of having Mabel that he's like, well, this will work, so might as well.
Whatever it is, we'll
I mean,
do
he
it
was willing to
together.
believe a
For
freaking
Mabel.
For Mabel.
creature from another dimension for Mabel, so going up against one to get her. I still find it really weird that he prisoned her like this, though. Ah, of course you hit it. The TV continued.
Anybody want to get in my mouth? I would really appreciate it if someone, you ma'am, how would you like to get
No.
in my... Anybody? Hello? Hey, sir. False alarm. Was just a bird. Not one person has gotten in my mouth. I don't
I wonder
care.
why.
I just...
Probably because you don't brush in your teeth for your
I gotta call my
breastings.
mother.
Did you just say he's called to call his mother? Alright. Well, as much as I'm complaining here about, you know, as much as I'm complaining here about having to wait, I know it's nothing compared to what how long the fan base had to wait for, the next episode. Or the final 2 episodes. But yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and get into my thoughts. I don't think they'll be too long, because it's like, I want to save my very most deep thoughts and like detailed thoughts for like the end of the series. But yeah, let me go ahead and get in there. Alright, so the plot for those 2 episodes. Alright, so I'm glad that Ethers warned me, like, that the episode with Stanford and Dipper were led up to the final 3 episodes. Because if not, I would have assumed it was just its own episode. So thank you to those who let me know. But yeah, okay, so for the plot for the I love how I said plot for the episode and then I go on about that. Yeah, it's totally the plot of the episode. But yeah, the plot. Okay, so for that episode, we find out that how Stanford and McGuckin got the technology to even build the portal, and it's from an alien ship. I feel like, okay, I don't want to go into like, I would feel like there's some of it was rushed, because I know Alex wanted a lot more to be put into the series, but he wasn't able to. But I'll leave that for final thoughts for the series. So I'll just focus on, I think it's cool. Because that was a really odd, like, looking cliff, where it looked like literally something took a chunk out of it in the middle and how it was holding itself up. So the fact they tied in, honestly, all the way from back to the season finale, at least, of season 1 finale, where that was actually a spacecraft that crashed through it, and that it could also be the reason for the abnormalities in Gravity Falls, which I don't think it was, because, like, actually, maybe it is. Because Bill does not equal, like, Bill doesn't explain, like, he's not the cause of the weird stuff going on in Gravity Falls. And the spaceship didn't really explain it either. It's not like there was stuff leaking out or energy being emitted from it, at least shown, that was causing the weird things. So, I personally don't think the aliens are the cause of it. Who knows? Maybe because of how weird Gravity Falls is, it attracted the aliens. But I think that was cool. I also like to see Dipper and Stanford get closer. Like, you can see like Stan can give helpful advice to Dipper and stuff, but you can see he's definitely the more what is it? Like, I feel like both Stan and Stanford give helpful advice, but you can see how Stanford is much more career driven and focused, where it's like, yeah, so you have a sibling, and you'll be leaving them behind, but you know, career goals. So you can see the example of how he kind of like was willing to leave. Granted, they weren't 12 years old anymore. They were already in their late teens, early 20s. So going off, like, pursuing your career isn't that, like, it's still hard for the sibling, but you would expect Stanley to be more understanding at that age. And it's more understandable that Stanford would pursue his career goal versus Dipper's only 12, so leaving Mabel and what they perceive to be until they're older is a lot harder to them. Even though technically Mabel could still visit Dipper, like, okay, maybe she comes for every summer kind of thing. And, like, it would be figured out, I'm sure. But because they're young and they don't realize that, they just think, or Mabel just feels that Dipper's gonna leave her and she won't see him until they're, like, adults kind of thing. So you can see that she'd be upset over it. It's like both of them are going through the same thing that Stanley and Stanford went through when they were in their late teens. So it's a big difference. But yeah, the plot for that episode, I liked that it led up to the next episode. Let's see, do I go on about characters for that episode? I guess I will. So characters for that episode, mainly focused on, okay, so Mabel was a part of it, like not her birthday, her and Dipper's birthday, and the unfortunate timing of her friends not being around for her birthday. That's where a week's notice is a little late, especially when it's near the end of summer. So, like, I feel bad for Mabel, but at the same time, I understand for her friends. Like, for Candy, I feel like it's harder because it's her parents, whereas I feel like Gwenda could talk to her boyfriend and just say, you know what, it's my best friend's birthday coming up on that same day, so can we reschedule my visit for a little later? I would have done that, but again, these are children, so I can't really expect children to think the same way as an adult. So I do feel a little bad for Mabel, because I understand that, you know, she's definitely much more emotional. Like, she's run more by her emotions, so she's much more affected by things. So Mabel was fine in that episode. I love the development for Dipper and Stanford in the relationship, them being more close. I really like the interaction of the two of them better than, okay, I like Dipper and Stan, like how they work off each other, but I like Dipper and Stanley much more just because they're so they have so much in common with each other, so they not feed off each other, they have better chemistry. So yeah, I would say for characters, really enjoyed them all. For animation, I mean, you can see this is where they're putting, like, they've done it in previous episodes, mainly in the finales and stuff, but then you start to really see the beautiful, like, backgrounds starting to appear. Animation looks about the same, but, like, the backgrounds become much more detailed, the colors become much more vibrant. Like, you got the sunset orange and reds, and how it sets tone and all that stuff. And yeah, animation, great. Music, the music in that episode didn't stand out as much as the one where Bill Floyd takes over the town, but like, I actually don't remember much of it. It gave off like a weird, like, sci-fi-ish vibe for the spaceship episode, but I Other than that, music as usual. It's good. Okay, now it's for the... I think it's... Weirdmageddon. For Weirdmageddon Part 1, it'll help me keep these episodes in order. Weirdmageddon Part 1, plot. This is where Bill's taking over. And you see what his plans were. And he pretty much... Honestly, Bill reminds me of, like, a late teens, early 20s, like, guy who just wants to have a frat party with all his demon / otherworldly friends. And he doesn't really care if he hurts people or kills people. He just wants to have a party in a different dimension than his. It's like he's pretty much bored with his dimension, so it's like, you know, I want to take over your guys' dimension and have a party there. That's what it feels like with Bill. You get to see that it's Mabel that accidentally gets him released. Dipper goes through a few fights or bumps and scrapes, and it turns out not scratched until like the end. Then you have, let's see, Stanley's been missing. We didn't see him since Bill took over. So I guess what we're gonna, like, what it left off with is we're gonna see what bubble Mabel's in. And I'm kind of curious on what the bubble is, because if it's like similar to the bubbles that Dipper and Wendy went through, where it's like puts them in different styles of animation or genres, I kind of wonder if the bubble for Mabel is going to be like her mind. So is Dipper going to hear like her thoughts and stuff, and like how she feels about, you know, their birthday pretty much being messed up, Dipper leaving her, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would say honestly there was a lot going on in the part 1 of this of Weirdmageddon, but like the things that stood out the most to me for the plot were Bill taking over, it being left to, I feel like it's gonna be left to Dipper, Mabel, Wendy, Seuss. I don't know about Stan. I feel like Stan is either gonna also be a part of it, or he's also gonna be frozen or put in a prison or something. I don't know. Maybe Stan will have to save Stanford. Maybe. Again. But yeah, I would say for the plot, that's what stood out to me the most. Oh, and then Gideon having his what do you call it? Not reprieve. Not reconciliation. Redemption. He's having his redemption arc. So Gideon, even though I find it kind of weird that he suddenly switched and was like, okay, I'll stand up to Bill and for Mabel, but at the same time I feel like he's so delusional versus Dipper's trying to kind of match it to what his situation with Wendy. But Dipper wasn't, he was delusional, but he wasn't like possessive and like, I'm the only one that could have Wendy and I will kill possibly, hurt or possibly kill people to get Wendy kind of thing. So I feel like that was a little rushed, but I do like it. Like it was believable because, like I said, this is going into like the character stuff. For character development, I find it weird for Gideon, but at the same time I understand because he may be so selfish or so wrapped up or so what is it? Not disbelief. He delusional. He may be so delusional that he thinks Mabel. Well, technically, Gideon hasn't done anything. Like, it's not like he hurt Dipper. It's not like he killed someone. He literally is just turned into the warden for Bill. So he hasn't. I don't think he's done anything horrible that she'd be like, I can't forgive you and stuff. Whereas he literally, first encounter with Dipper, has been talked down and convinced to go and help them. So I don't think it's gonna make her like him, because even when he was nice, she just wasn't interested in him. So that I don't think that's gonna change anything. And that's where it is similar to Wendy, where Wendy doesn't look at him as like romantically, she looks at Dipper as more like a little brother. But I feel like Gideon's doing it because of his illusion of it's not for Dipper, it's for Mabel, and because he loves her so much that, okay, if the idea of him having a chance with Mabel is due to him helping beat Bill, then he'll do it, kind of thing. So I don't think he did it out of the goodness of his heart. I'm sorry, there was too much of Gideon acting all. I just hear fireworks going off. But he's just acted so sweet, and then just turns into this evil psycho child, Chucky child. So I don't trust him fully. I feel like, again, he's doing it selfishly for his own gain, that he just wants Mabel, and so if that means standing up to Bill, he will do it. I mean, he was willing to build a freaking giant robot and like all this stuff. So you know, I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna trust. I'll believe that Gideon has changed is if after all this, if Mabel goes and says, you know what, I'm still not interested in you, or, you know, I still want, you know, you could be friends, and if Gideon accepts that and respects her decision, then okay, you got development there, and he's changed. And yeah, okay, he did it out of the goodness of his heart. But for now, yeah, I don't fully 100% believe he did it to be good. But I do like that he's switched to help. And it was believable enough. Like, it wasn't like, Hans is really out of character. It was the speech that Dipper gave to Gideon was good enough that I could see Gideon going to help them. For Stanford, he was taken out of the picture pretty fast in this episode, so for him, not much. I'm kind of hoping again that Stan is the one that's gonna have to go and save him. That'd be apropos for the brother or the twin to help the other brother. Especially when the two of them have a very criminalist relationship, or dysfunctional relationship, or not healthy one. Not healthy. It's not in a good place. I mean, we even heard Stan say to Dipper, I think it was the previous episode where he said, you know, or no, it was to Mabel, where he said, you know, at least you'll have a brother to come that will be there for you. I don't have that. So Stan has acknowledged that him and Stanford aren't close like what Mabel and Dipper are. So I know I was annoyed with Mabel when she trusted time traveler guy, aka Bill. And I still do find it kind of annoying. Like, I understand from her point as a child that you have just come from seeing or realizing that hearing that your twin brother is gonna leave, and in your eyes, from a 12-year-old's mind, is that it possibly could be for years or forever kind of thing. So it's a lot more it's big heartbreak. So she was really upset, but I find it, I know she's been the more emotional one, like I've mentioned before, but it kind of annoys me that she's just, a lot of the decisions, or a few of the decisions she's made has costed Dipper, in the sense of, like, he's had to help her, he's had to put stuff aside to help her, he was willing a lot of times to just drop what he was doing to help her because he cares about it, loves her so much. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Mabel would do the same thing, in the sense, like, if Dipper, I feel like she could be blind to him too, though. Like, if he got upset, unless he made it very obvious, she would just be like, okay, and just leave, kind of thing. So, I don't know. I just feel like Mabel, I definitely feel like Mabel's definitely but it could also be that Dipper's just very mature for his age, whereas Mabel acts more like her age to an extent. It's the immaturity, it's the, you know, you don't really think of stuff at that age, so she may be more of the mental intelligence of that age, whereas Dipper isn't. And even Stanford mentioned that he's very brilliant for his age and he can handle serious situations much better than like Mabel would. So it could be that too. So I may be being too harsh on Mabel, but at the same time, and I'm also critiquing her from an adult standpoint. But I just see Mabel's caused a lot of, not problems, but has made things worse without her meaning to. And it's not like she's really learned. Like, I kind of would have expected her to, like, the time traveler guy, why would he appear out of nowhere when she's like that? And she didn't even think for a moment when he asked her for this strange device that she had never even heard of. She wouldn't think to, well, why do you need this? You know, I should go, I just left Dipper, maybe I should go back to him. But again, he was offering her like a, you know, do you want Dipper to leave, or do you want it? So it's just kind of like, it's like promising fame and fortune or whatever. He's promising her a solution to her problem, pretty much. But I don't know. That has bothered me. I feel like, would Dipper have done the same? Or would Dipper have questioned it? It just seems like he hasn't done that kind of stuff before. I don't know. But I still love Mabel, okay? I just have those issues with her. But again, that's just her character. I just would like to see more development where she maybe would be like, this has got me in trouble in the past and has caused trouble in the past, so maybe let me take a step back and like think this through, kind of thing. Like Dipper obviously learned with the Wendy situation. Like he was mature enough to let Wendy go, in the sense of his feelings may have still been there, but he respected her decision and didn't continue to pursue her. Like he didn't go to the time guy, and try to change things to make sure that maybe he was older so he could be with Wendy. Like he didn't try to do anything like that. Whereas Mabel was like, oh, a chance to be with Dipper, like Dipper stays, even if it means evolving a time thing. Oh yeah, you know, okay. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Alright, that's that. I should save more detailed thoughts for, like I said, at the end of the series, but still love Mabel. That's my one issue with her. She wasn't in much of this Weirdmageddon part 1, so it's fine. She's in her own little bubble. Dipper, again, showed his maturity through all this. Like, he obviously is a 12-year-old, so he still has his moments of freaking out and stuff. But at the same time, it's like when he's put under the thumb, or not under the thumb, but when he's really put in the situation, he'll like figure things out. So character-wise, and Seuss being Mr. Badass, desperado, wandering, helping people. Yeah. Still don't know where Stan is. I kind of wonder where Andy and Greta are. Who else? Waddles. Where is Waddles? I mean, we know the goats become a giant. I think that's it for the characters that I can think of. Bill. I mean, like I already talked about Bill, but Bill's finally get to see what his whole plan has been. But I've loved all the characters in the episode. I love seeing Bill more. Like, he's a bad guy, but he's enjoyable. And I finally got to hear where that TikTok sound came from, with the hand me over my uncle or else, and then Bill going, well, isn't this interesting? Like, they put that to us. I honestly thought there was gonna be music with that, because when it became a TikTok sound, they put music to it, and it was like a standing up to a bad guy sound, and the bad guy being like, hey, well, isn't this interesting? Like, I wasn't expecting to not have music, so it kind of caught me off guard. It was cool to finally see that scene. Animation definitely stepped up to a 10. Background's gorgeous. Like when Mabel was running away, and it was like a sunset, red, orange, like dark. Like you can see it was like set that mood, that both somber and like ominous mood, where Bill as time traveler came walking up to like give her a solution and stuff. just overall the backgrounds, and then you have everything with the design of Bill's friends. Those were cool. Bill's real form, which is disgusting. I wasn't expecting him to have meat and everything for a freaking Dorito triangle creature. Just makes him more, like, what's the word? Unsettling. I like the design of, like, the weird bubbles. Like, I feel like they literally just took some soap film, like, and they recorded it, and they just added color filters to it, so it looked like that. Like, it's smart, but it makes it look weird. I see the shooting star symbol for Mabel's bubble, which he mentioned before. I know somebody brought that up in a comment a while back where they said, remember that detail of him calling Mabel shooting star. And I'm like, now I can see why, because it was used for her bubble. I'm kind of interested in still why they have her in such a big bubble. Like, I know it's for Gideon, but at the same time, like, why did one of the creatures or one of Bill's friends go, you know, what about Mabel's bubble? Aren't you worried about that? And he's like, nah, it's fine. So it's like, what is it about Mabel that he fears? I don't know. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that. Music? Again, music in this episode, really good. Like I commented that it reminded me of, like, I believe it was from Infinite Warfare or one of the Black Ops games where it was zombies. It was a zombies map that was set in, like, the 50s. And it had similar music, and I really love that kind of music. It was like retro. It was like retro, creepy, goofy little kind of like music, but it was like like it reminded me of kind of like that instrument used in the Star Trek intro. But I really like that style of music, and it fits perfectly with Bill as a character and the setting and everything. I mean, it's called Weirdmageddon, so it's perfect for that kind of, like, the music's perfect for that kind of scenario. Yeah, I would say plot and story for both the episodes. For the I would say the build-up in the spaceship one, I'd give the story for the spaceship one like an 8 out of 10, and the Weirdmageddon Part 1 a 10 out of 10. Characters, loved both in both episodes. Animation, especially in Weirdmageddon Part 1, 10 out of 10. Music, 10 out of 10 in Weirdmageddon Part 1. Spaceship 1 was a little forgettable. But yeah, overall, I would say both episodes are great, and are a great lead-in to the final 2 episodes. I'm gonna be sad to see this series go. Like, I'm glad it's getting wrapped up. I'd rather that happen than it be prolonged beyond what it needs to be just for money and stuff. So I'm glad Alex did get to wrap this up the way he wanted to an extent. I know later on people have said that he wanted to add more, but he wasn't able to. But I'm so glad he was able to pretty much create the series that he wanted. But yeah, okay. Before I go on any longer, this turns into like a full hour or something like that of thoughts. That's it for this episode. That's it for, I guess you could say, yeah, this episode. I would say this episode because it's one video. But that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you like early access to my full and edit reactions, go join my Patreon, link description and pinned comment below. Anyway, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, night, and keep burning bright. See ya!